Right, this shorter video is basically a step-by-step guide into loading new tracks that I send out on a DVD, and this is a short video on how to sort of get them first of all into your hard drive, into your collection of albums with all of your previous albums, then in the same action, in the same stroke, to get them straight over to your music program. So first of all, let's get the disc. Now this isn't one of my discs, this is one that I receive. Pop it into the drive, in we go. So these will be all over everywhere, as usually happens, until I sort of edit them and tidy them all up, get rid of the unnecessary punctuation, the capital letters, the hyphens. So disc is in. I'm going to go into my computer, into the drives and devices column, and DVD drive. So I'm going to go into there. Some of you may have options that flash up. This is not my laptop, so I'm not sort of used to how it sort of runs. I don't want to change any settings, so I'll be in the doghouse. Again, not my disc, so these are all over everywhere. Right, so in normal circumstances, on the first page would be everything that is on that disc, and it wouldn't be in zip folders, and it wouldn't be in bundles. It will be all individual albums in their own merit. So presume that I sent 5 over on this disc. Everything I send you will be on the first page, and it will be a case of highlighting the 20, 30, 40 albums that are on that, and then I'm overstepping the mark here. I'm going to leave that for a minute. I'm going back into my computer, because what we do need to do, we need to take them off the DVD and get them into the hard drive. Now the hard drive is already plugged in into the same port that we always use, and it's the first thing that we plugged in. Now I'm going to open the Toshiba hard drive that I'm using, Karaoke collection. Now that is where all of the other main collection of discs are. I'm going to go all the way to the end. It's in list view, which makes it easy for me. List view rather than any other configuration. List is best for me. There. And as I say, all the way to the end, and that should give you a blank bit of space. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go into back to where the contents of the DVD are. Although there's plenty more on this in other locations on this disc, just for the sake of argument, I'm going to pretend that there's only 5 on there, and you'll see that when you do receive one of my discs that it'll be all be on the front page, all itemised in its own right. I'm going to highlight this because I want to copy them. We won't be able to cut them because they're already burnt on to the disk drive, into the DVD, but it will let us copy them. So copy, and then go back over to the end where your blank bit of space is at the end of all your albums. It's all in alphabetical order, so we're at ZZ right at the back, and I'm going to first of all left click on a blank bit of space, and that just highlights the actual folder, swaps the folder over. So we're now free to right click, have a look at the options, and we're going to paste. Now that is copying over one by one. You'll see them arrive at the bottom individually briefly before it sorts them out into alphabetical order. The next one should be arriving any second, and they'll soon disappear. just above the cursor. There you go, sound choice 3032. Then it's gone into alphabetical order. Now it's quite important at this stage that you leave the mouse to do what it does, because as soon as these albums are loaded in, and bear in mind if you've got a whole manner of different albums, it could be there could be all ends of the current collection. So refrain if you can from pressing any buttons, because it would still remain, leave the copied albums, it would still leave them highlighted. It's not so bad for these, because these will be all bunched up in one area, but if there's 40 albums scattered amongst the rest of the 3,900, it's going to be laborious to find out where they all are. Now what it's done for us is left the 5 albums highlighted. Now that gives us one opportunity, while they're still highlighted, all of the new ones, to drag them in to the media library, your central bit. So not only are we copying them from the disc, permanently putting them over into the collection of songs that are already in there, while we're still highlighted, we're going straight in and put them in the media library, because unless we put them into there, you won't be able to find them when you search. So basically we're doing exactly what we did when you first set the program up and you first copied the entire 3,900 discs into your collection. When you first set the program up. So while they are still highlighted, anyone, hover over one of the highlighted discs, don't press anything but the left button on the mouse or your keypad on your touchpad. Don't let go. Once you hold it, press and hold, and then walk it. You can see the 5 albums highlighted, and then simply let go. What it just done there, I'm going to reduce that in size so it gives you a better idea. I'm going to open the box out, and what it has done, it's put them with all your other songs. Now obviously, as you can see, if we have a look, I only put half a dozen albums in there originally, so it won't take as long to scan down and find the new ones. And there you go. As I said before, it's not my disc, it's one that I receive, and it's all over everywhere because there's absolutely no artist information whatsoever. It's a mismatch of capital letters, apostrophes, and if you don't put the apostrophes in the search bar, it drops out the search. So that's the difference between a bit of mine and what I receive, so you can appreciate the amount of hard work that I put in. But there we go, they are ready to play. You see, Sammy Hagar, that's not a title of a song, that's only an artist, I do believe. But we can grab one of them just to show that it works. And that is, I think that's a bit of Leanne Rimes. Yes. So that is not only copied off the DVD, it's also been permanently put into the hard drive with the rest of your collection of songs. It's instantaneously, with one fell swoop, gone over into your library, and that is ready to search and ready to play. If you was to slip up sending them over, you press the button and you've lost them, and there's some down here in A, some in B, some in C, it's not the end of the world. You can still go and back into the DVD, find out which one it was, and you can go one by one and just send them in. Sometimes you get, if you get the right view in your hard drive and its details, you might be lucky enough to be able to search into there you are. into search into date modified. So all the ones that you've just put in, you can grab hold of there. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to delete those because I know that they're not tidy, and it was just for demonstration purposes. So I'm back on track with that. But yeah, date modified, and that will give you all the ones you've just copied in, so you can group highlight all of those and then bob them in. But while it's there, it's there's different ways of doing it, but I like to do it the other way, because once you've got it, once it stopped copying, you're one step and you're in. So there you are. That is receiving your DVD update disc. It's copying it into your hard drive with the rest of your collection, and then getting it into your program where you're going to be using it from. So there we go. Happy days.